In this Icarus episode, we tempt fate with lightning by still living in a wooden base. There are just so many things to get done, and since we don't have wolves and bears trying to break into the place, we got a bit lazy and still have not upgraded our wood base. That will only have one kind of ending at some point if it's not addressed. The good news is we are progressing along at a decent rate. A couple of random caves have already been mined out, and I'm about to hit up another one we just found not long ago. There are also some further crafting benches being made, with the focus on wanting to get out of the forge and some other bigger stuff soon. For now, we kind of knew we were pressing our luck by still being on a wooden base. Things are also kind of getting a little odd. One half of the building ended up being split, and the idea was to make it a crafting room. This was my first time seeing a geyser like this. When you think you know a few things about Icarus, and you find something random like this that reminds you that you don't, it would be quite some time before returning to deal with this. It was quite interesting, to say the least. While I had already had a decent amount of rocks and other things on me, taking up space in my inventory, I am not one to say not to mining in a cave. Naturally, I had to go in and see how close I could get my pickaxe to breaking. while my inventory was not quite full. I do love to farm on my way back after hitting up a cave. At this point, I was kind of cherry-picking a bunch of stuff I wanted out of nearby caves. I'd later return with a much better pickaxe and fully clear out the remaining higher-tier ores I was leaving behind for the time being. It's rather shameful how much rope you end up needing in crafting quite a few things. Even when you crafted a couple of stacks at a time. Suddenly, you are out of it again. I just hope others are not trying to eat it for food or something strange. It sure has the habit of going missing. Getting this bench crafted allowed us to make quite a few things. I still had yet to craft some of the more basic crafting benches as well. It's also kind of tempting to have a few mortars and pestles around, with how much you need to use them for things like steel bloom and, later on, a lot of different components. By pure dumb luck, a little before this storm, I ended up using some iron to craft a mighty rock. I feel this is the only reason we ended up even having a base after this storm. We would still take on quite a bit of damage and had to start repairing partway though the storm itself. Also not the best idea. There he was, sitting there AFK while a lightning storm tried to destroy our base. After the storm, I ended up checking the lightning rod, and it also needed repairs from taking a couple of hits. Getting this crafting bench crafted and placed is a huge deal. I can start upgrading my tools again. I ended up having some issues trying to work out where to put it. Looks like the base needs to be expanded again. The thing almost takes up half the non-crafting side of the base, which ironically has most of the crafting benches in it for the time being. Not wanting to tempt fate much longer than we needed, it was time to start making some stone floors and walls. I was hoping to have found a buffalo by this time to help haul back the endless stone I'd need. However, I've yet to see a single one in the valley we are in. A bit of a downside with how easy this starting location is. While I ended up doing a lot of off-camera grinding of things like stone, you shall not be spared from seeing all of it. After all, there is a lot of resource grinding in this game. I didn't tell our builder I was getting ready stone pieces. So, when he went off to build more stuff out of wood, I thought it would be funny to kind of follow behind him, destroying his wood pieces by placing down the few stone floors and walls that I had. He has yet to grow the same hate I have towards wood bases, but soon enough, he will, and not in a good way. While it would take a while to get the base fully upgraded to stone, this was at least a decent start. I think now if the building gets hit by lighting, fire should not spread to the stone flooring. I'm hoping our chests and some other items will now be a bit more protected, despite how open the base is in its current state till we get more building materials. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe for further content.